If you're over 60 and you've booked a flight in the last year, there's a very good chance you paid more than you had to. Not because you chose the wrong airline, not because you booked too late, but because the airline had a discount sitting right there in their system with your name on it and nobody told you it existed. Here's what most people don't realize. Airlines have senior pricing tiers, compassion fares, and age-based promotions built into their booking systems. They've had them for years, but you'll never see them on the website. You'll never see them on Google Flights. And the booking page will never ask you how old you are before showing you the final price. Why? Because every single one of these discounts costs the airline money. Their systems are designed to sell you the highest fare you're willing to pay, not the lowest fare you qualify for. And the only thing standing between you and a cheaper ticket is one question you didn't know to ask. In this video, we're breaking down 6 hidden airline discounts that are available to seniors right now, but almost nobody takes advantage of. These aren't coupons. These aren't loyalty rewards you need 200,000 miles to unlock. These are real discounts, some of them slashing 10, 20, even 50% off your fare, and all of them activate the same way. You ask. That's it. And discount number 4 might be the most important one on this list. It's a fare that most major airlines offer during family emergencies, and it can cut the price of a last-minute flight by up to half. But here's the thing. They will never offer it to you. You have to call and say the right words. We'll get to that, but first, tap that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss our weekly senior travel tips. Every video we post is designed to help travelers over 60 save more, stress less, and stop leaving money on the table. Now let's get into it, starting with a discount that's hiding in plain sight on almost every major airline, but only shows up when you pick up the phone. Discount number 1, senior fare classes on select airlines. You go online, type in your destination, pick your dates, and the website shows you a price. You assume that's the price. Everyone pays the same amount for the same seat on the same plane, right? Wrong. Several major airlines maintain dedicated senior fare categories that simply don't appear in standard online search results. American Airlines, United, British Airways, and many carriers across Asia and Latin America have offered age-based pricing tiers at various points, but these fares almost never surface on the website. They live behind the phone line. When you call the airline's booking number instead of clicking Book Now, you enter a completely different pricing conversation. The agent can see fares that the website doesn't show you, including senior-specific rates that can knock 10 to 15% off domestic flights, and sometimes more on off-peak international routes. Here's exactly what to say. I'm over 60. Do you have any senior fares or age-based discounts available for this route? That one sentence changes the entire transaction. On a $400 domestic round trip, that's $40 to $60 back in your pocket for a phone call that takes 3 minutes. On a $1,200 international fare, the savings get even bigger. And most people will never make that call because they trust the website to show them every option. It doesn't. Discount number 2, senior rates at airline partnered hotels and car rentals. Here's where the savings start compounding. You book your flight, and then you go to a separate website to reserve a hotel, then another site for the rental car, each one at full price. But what most seniors don't realize is that major airlines have loyalty program partnerships with hotel chains like Marriott and Hilton, and car rental companies like Hertz and Avis. And buried inside those partnerships are senior rates that stack on top of the standard member discounts. The trick is, you have to book through the airline's own travel portal, and you have to identify yourself as a senior traveler during the reservation. Try this when you're booking. I'm reserving through your airline partner page. Can I apply a senior rate on top of the member discount? When both discounts stack, you're looking at combined savings of 15 to 25% on your hotel and rental car. On a week-long trip, that can mean $150 to $300 saved on the ground portion alone, money you would have spent anyway on the exact same rooms and the exact same cars. Discount number 3, off-peak and midweek senior promotions. Most people pick their travel dates based on what works for their schedule. Saturday departure, Sunday return, maybe a Friday flight if they can swing it, but here's what almost nobody knows. Some airlines and booking platforms run senior-specific promotional fares on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. These are the days when planes fly with the most empty seats. Airlines hate empty seats. They'd rather sell them cheap than let them go. And some of those cheap fares are set aside just for travelers over 60. The problem is, you won't find them on Google Flights. You won't see them on Kayak or Expedia either. These fares live on the airline's own website, often buried deep in a senior travel page that takes 4 or 5 clicks to reach. Or they're only available when you call the booking line directly. So here's what to say. Do you have any midweek or off-peak promotions for travelers over 60? If you can shift your trip by just one day, say flying out Wednesday instead of Thursday, you could save 20 to 30% on a fare that's already lower than weekend pricing. On a $500 ticket, that's $100 to $150 saved just by asking one question and being flexible with your calendar. Now, discount number 4. This is the one we mentioned at the start of the video, and it might be the most important thing you learned today. Bereavement and compassion fares. Nobody wants to think about this one, but life happens. A parent gets sick, a sibling passes away, a spouse ends up in the hospital in another state. And suddenly you need a flight tomorrow. You go online and the price is $900 for a seat that cost $250 2 weeks ago. Your stomach drops. You pay it because you have no choice. But here's what most people don't know in that moment. Most major US and Canadian airlines offer bereavement or compassion fares. Delta, United, American, Air Canada, WestJet, they can cut that last-minute price by 25 to 50%. These fares do not appear anywhere on the booking page. You have to call the airline directly. Here's what to say. I'm dealing with a family emergency. Do you offer bereavement or compassion fares? Some airlines will ask for a death certificate or a hospital letter, but many apply the discount right away on good faith and request the paperwork later. On a last-minute flight that might cost $800 to $1,500, this single phone call could save you $200 to $750. And beyond the money, it matters because it means the system has a human side. You just have to know how to reach it. Discount number 5, senior discounts on travel insurance bought separately. Here's something that costs seniors more money than almost anything else on this list, and it happens before they even get to the airport. You're booking your flight online, and right before you hit confirm, a box pops up. Add travel insurance for $89. It feels responsible. It feels safe. So you check the box and move on. But that airline checkout insurance is almost always the worst deal available. The coverage is thin, the claim process is slow, and the price is inflated because the airline takes a cut. What most seniors don't know is that independent travel insurance providers like Allianz, World Nomads, and Insure My Trip offer senior-specific plans that cost 30 to 40% less than what the airline charges, with better coverage across the board. And here's the part that really matters. Many of these independent plans will waive pre-existing condition exclusions if you purchase within 14 to 21 days of your initial trip deposit. That's the number one concern for travelers over 60, and most people don't realize there's a window where it simply goes away. Call any of these providers and say this: I'm over 60. Do you have senior-specific plans, and do any of them waive pre-existing condition exclusions? Better coverage, lower price, and peace of mind on the one issue that keeps most seniors up at night before a trip. That's what one phone call gets you. Discount number 6, hidden group and companion booking discounts. If you travel alone, this one might not apply to you. But if you ever fly with a spouse, a friend, a sibling, or a small group from your church, your golf club, or your neighborhood, listen closely. When everyone books their own ticket separately at full price, you're all overpaying. Most major airlines have a group travel desk that handles bookings of 4 to 6 passengers or more. And the fares they offer through that desk are lower than what you'll find online. Some airlines go further. When one or more travelers in the group is over 60, they extend additional courtesy discounts on top of the group rate. But these deals are never on the website. They're handled by a real person at the group booking desk. Here's what to say when you call. We're a group of 6 traveling together and some of us are over 60. Do you have group rates or any senior companion discounts? On a $500 fare across 4 passengers, a 10 to 20% group discount means $200 to $400 in total savings. That's money that stays in the group, split it up, and everyone's trip just got cheaper because one person picked up the phone. Now here's where everything we've covered comes together, and this is the part most people miss. Any one of these discounts on its own is nice. 10% off a fare here, a cheaper insurance plan there, but the real power is in stacking them. Let's walk through a real example. Say you're planning a trip that would normally cost you $2,000 total, flights, hotel, rental car, and insurance. First, you call the airline instead of booking online and ask for the senior fare. That knocks 10% off your ticket. Then you shift your departure from Thursday to Wednesday because you asked about midweek promotions. That saves another 15% on a fare that's already reduced. Now, you book your hotel and rental car through the airline's partner portal and request the senior rate on top of the member discount. That's 20% off your ground costs. And instead of checking that insurance box at checkout, you call an independent provider and get a senior-specific plan for 35% less than what the airline wanted to charge you. Add it all up. On a $2,000 trip, you're looking at $400 to $600 back in your pocket. Same flight, same hotel, same car, same coverage. You just asked the right questions in the right order. But we're not done. Here are 3 bonus tips that take less than 5 minutes each. First, if you're a member of a frequent flyer program, call them directly and ask this. Do you offer any senior benefits within your frequent flyer program? Some programs offer accelerated miles earning or lower thresholds for elite status for members over a certain age. Most people never ask, so most people never find out. Second, the 24-hour cancellation rule. The U.S. Department of Transportation requires airlines to let you cancel any flight for free within 24 hours of booking, as long as the flight is at least 7 days out. That means you can lock in a fare right now, keep searching for a senior discount or a better deal, and cancel risk-free if you find one. It's a safety net built into federal law that most travelers have never heard of. Third, if you carry an AAA card, an AARP membership, or a military veteran ID, mention it every single time you book. These memberships unlock additional travel discounts that often stack with airline senior fares. One viewer told us she mentioned her AARP membership after already getting a senior fare, and the agent applied another 5% on top. She didn't even know that was possible. Neither did most of the people watching this right now. So let's step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Everything we've covered in this video, the senior fares, the midweek promotions, the compassion rates, the insurance savings, the group discounts, the stacking strategy, they all have one thing in common. They exist right now inside systems you already use, waiting for you to ask. That's the part that frustrates me. These aren't secret programs hidden in some back office. They're policies that airlines, hotels, insurance companies, and rental car agencies have built into their operations. They're sitting right there. But the system is designed to reward the people who ask and quietly charge full price to everyone who doesn't. And for too long, seniors have been in that second group, not because they can't handle the conversation, not because they don't deserve the savings, but because nobody told them the conversation was available in the first place. That changes today. One of our subscribers, a retired teacher from Ohio, sent us a message last month that I keep thinking about. She was booking a trip to visit her grandchildren in Denver. Normally, she would have gone online, picked the first reasonable fare, and paid whatever the screen told her. But after watching one of our videos, she picked up the phone instead. She asked for the senior fare and got 10% off. She shifted her flight to a Wednesday and saved another $85. She booked her hotel through the airline's partner page with the senior rate and saved $120 over 4 nights. And she skipped the airline's insurance checkout box and bought an independent plan that cost her $40 less with better coverage. All told, she saved just over $370 on one trip. Same airline, same destination, same week. She just asked. That's what this is really about. It's not about gaming the system or finding loopholes. It's about knowing your value as a customer and speaking up for it. You've spent decades flying, traveling, and putting money into these companies. These discounts aren't charity. They're something you've earned. So here's my question for you. Which of these discounts are you going to try on your next trip? And have you ever stumbled onto a hidden deal that we didn't mention today? Drop it in the comments. Our community is full of smart travelers, and I guarantee someone watching right now needs exactly the tip you're about to share. If you know someone over 60 who has a trip coming up, send them this video. It could save them hundreds. And subscribe so you never miss our weekly senior travel tips. We'll see you in the next one.